off this road, and it's a little crazy out here today. It's a little crazy out here today. Just got a good little workout in. I got super great news and story time today. We're going back to the prison stories. I tried to switch it up a little bit, but y'all weren't ready for that yet. And I don't know, I remember when I made a video the other day, I was kind of a little down in the dumps anyways. But really good news this morning. I said, yeah, we're making a video today. Yesterday, I really wasn't feeling it. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. But it's a whole different vibe today, whole different energy. Told you guys I'm going to keep doing this. Forgive me for taking a little off day. You know, because what's the one thing that I always say on here? We're all about positivity. I always say, I'll give you all the back camera. Excuse me. One thing I always say when we do these videos is that we're all about positivity. And so that being said, if you know, in life you're going to go through episodes. And you're going to have bad days, you're going to have bad moments, but not necessarily a bad day. I remember having bad weeks and months and years doing time, you know? But at the end of the day, you got to make the best with what you got. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep grinding. So let's get a couple people in here first. We're going to get a couple people in here first. We're going to go over the good news real quick. I'm not going to take up too much time with that at all. And we're going to go right into story time. So, plus the other day was a Monday, man. Mondays are lame, you know. It's the beginning of the week. You got a whole week, yeah. I ain't going to talk about Monday. It's a Wednesday. So, y'all know what it is, man. What's going on here? Alright. Not important. Good news so far. Oh, by the way, we're just leaving the park. Little workout in. Got an interview. Got the interview. Very chill job. If I get this job. It's a grocery store called Aldi's. And, you know, a typical grocery store, they're only paying like $14, $15 an hour. They're starting out $18 an hour. And what makes this grocery store different is that you got to bag your own groceries at this grocery store. So if I get hired here, the interview's on Monday at 8 in the morning. And so y'all already know I'm going to be there 15 minutes early. So before story time, the good news is interview. It's $18 an hour. So for a grocery store, that's not bad at all. It's full-time position. And it's like an hour walk from the house. So bike ride, it's like 22, 23 minutes. 22, 23 minutes. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, we're going with it. And, oh, that's what I was saying. So you got to bag your own groceries at this grocery store. You like buy bags and reuse them. You bring them in. And you could buy bags there too. There's a bunch of like bags you can get, but you got to buy the bags. You bring your own bag and load your own groceries. And second cool thing about this job, let's say you're having a bad day. When you're at the register, you sit on a leather chair. Tell me what grocery store you've ever heard that all you got to do is operate a register, count money, scan stuff, and sit on a leather chair while you do it. It's like a stool. So, 18 an hour, stock some groceries, full time, and sit on a chair, and I don't even got to bag anything? Come on. And that grocery store pays more than any grocery store around here. Walmart starts out at like 15. Publix starts out at like 15. Winn-Dixie, I think they're 14. All these is 18 an hour starting. I'm gonna shoot for 19 or 20, but I'm taking 18. I'm taking the 18 full time. How you guys doing? What's up, Sophie? How are you today? So, anyways, that's the good news. So you already know I had to hop on here with y'all. It's story time today. So I want to try to stick to the title of the video for, how you doing? I want to stick to the title of the video for at least a good 15 minutes, and then we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. You know, because I know some people watch these videos after it's done being live, like after it's posted and stuff. So I want to stick to the topic for a little bit. That's the goal for today. Topic of the video today: first fight in prison. I touched base on this subject, like I said, a little bit, I'm pretty sure. But we're going in all the way. So I'm at a work camp at this time. I think I've been in for like 4 months. Nothing, like I said, when I first went to prison, it really wasn't like that. You know, I already was sticking to myself and not really talking to nobody. And if I was talking to anybody, they was already good. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have no problems like that. It wasn't bad at first. I just got out the box. They put me in the worst dorm at the camp. It was union work camp. And this dude, like I said, I brought him up before. His name's Eddie. Eddie Tripp, by the way. They called him Tripp. T-R-I-P-P. So there's 2 P's in Tripp. You could probably look him up on the DOC site. Little black kid. He's a year older than me. And he's probably like an inch or 2 shorter than me. And my first fight, I took the L, man. We were in the tool room, right? And it was actually a staged fight. So we'll get to all the details. Me and Tripp didn't have no beef. We've never had beef. We never had beef. But the officer that was in charge of our workstation, he had it out for me. But he really had it out for Tripp. So he pulls me to the side one day, and he's like, "Don't tell Tripp that we're telling you about this. It's me, it's Roden, Bowman's there, he doesn't have anything to do with it, and Humphreys. And Humphreys has everything to do with it, because he paid to make it happen. Roden instigated it, because I'm good at reading people. Y'all know I can read people. Instigated and started, and Roden really had the problem with him. But Humphreys didn't like Tripp either, and we'll get to that after we tell the fight story. So they tell me, they're like, "Listen, one of these Fridays, we'll get a bunch of pizzas. We want to get you guys a bunch of pizzas and a soda." And so, but here's the deal. We ain't going to do that until you put in some work. So they're like, "We're having a problem with Tripp right now, and we want you to handle that, basically." So I'm like, that just makes me look bad. You know what I'm saying? I got to live with the dude in the dorm. So I'm going to fight him. And what if I beat him up real good and he's butthurt about it? You know what I mean? And that's where we just started talking. He's like, "Man, I'll get you 4 pizzas. You can share them with the rest of the guys." He's like, "I don't even care if Tripp gets a slice." Every time. Every time I make a video, there's sirens. And I still got to tell y'all a story too. When I got off of live the other night on the Monday, a car accident happened right after. 4 cops were there. And when I was trying to make that video, there was an ambulance. So every day, it's been lately. There's sirens. So anyways, what's up, Cindy? You know, it was something I had to think about here. You know, I wanted the pizza. I still got like 2 and something years of time to do here, you know. And I wanted the pizza. But I came up with an idea. So I ended up telling Trip about it anyways that night. I'm like, listen, we have to fight each other. He's like, what are you talking about, Messel? Yeah, sometimes they call me Messel. Every time. That's 3 of them now. There'll be a cop soon too. So there's always sirens in our videos every time. Anyways, so even though the officers told me not to tell Trip about it, I tell Trip about it that night. I'm like, listen, you and me are kind of gonna have to fight each other tomorrow. And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, listen, if you and me just go at it for like a minute, not even, maybe 30 seconds, just fully just go at it after work tomorrow, they're gonna get us a bunch of pizza. And he was already in on it. Trip was what they call a crash out. A crash out is a term for someone who's willing to risk it all and do something stupid over something that's not even worth it. To me, it was worth it. I wanted the pizza. And so I knew Trip was gonna do it because this kind of seemed worth it at the time. You know, if you got to do 3 years of prison, you're gonna fight for some dang pizza. And so I had a plan. I was like, listen, we gotta make it look good. Like, I'm gonna start arguing with you and like getting in your face, and you're gonna be like, you know, you're gonna feel like I tried you. So you're gonna act pressed about it, and you're gonna start getting in my face, and we're just gonna start swinging. I'm gonna push you, you can swing me, swing at me, and we're just gonna go in full-on brawl, you know? And I'm like, I'm not really gonna like hurt, I'm not gonna slam you, I'm not gonna put you in no chokehold, I'm not gonna do nothing flaw to you, but we really gotta hit each other. And so that's what we did. We just didn't nothing cheap. We ain't do no holds, no locks, no choking, just straight brawled. But the problem was we had to make it look good. I end up slipping on the floor. So we're in a tool room, and like they're cheering me on, and I'm really like going at it. Honest to God, I'm going at him. And I'm bigger than the dude, anyways. He's like an inch or 2 shorter than me. He's probably like 20 pounds less than me. I slipped on the floor. My boots sucked, honest to God. And I'm looking at y'all. Honest to God. I'm not trying to justify it, but I'm gonna stand on the fact. I will stand on the fact. My boots had no tread on them. And there was oil on the floor. So prison boots aren't like oil resistant, you know what I mean? They're just leather boots, you know? They're not like slip proof or nothing like that. You know, and like if you're working in the kitchen in those boots, you're gonna slip, bro. And I've seen people slip too. So I slipped. You know, it is what it is. There was a big oil residue. It wasn't like oil all over the floor, but enough oil residue, big pile of it, like something like that, right? And I slipped right on it with my left foot. So I'm on the ground, so, you know, obviously he's hitting me and I'm trying to get up, but, you know, I was already bleeding out of my eye. And so the officer said to stop. Because you can go to the box for having your lip or eye or whatever split, having black eyes. You were getting in trouble at that camp, and your custody level was getting raised. You know what I mean? So, once my eye got split, I didn't give up or nothing. Yeah, one thing about me, like, I'm going till I'm done. But the officers called it off. So that was the goal. That was the goal. And I already done talked to the officers the day before. Like, so they only wanted to see like 30 seconds anyways. They just wanted him to get it. But it ended up being me that got my eye split open. So it is what it is. We shaked it off, whatever. There wasn't no beef. The goal was just to get pizza. And so, not even a week later, I think it was that Friday. No, it was the next Friday because we ended up getting into a lockdown. And lockdowns are for they can be up to 3 days. You know what I mean? But if they call a lockdown, everybody's going back to their dorm. So we ended up getting a lockdown that Friday. Next Friday comes, and there it is. I didn't know what kind of pizza it was going to be, but it was Little Caesars. 4 boxes of pizza. 2 boxes of the crazy bread, all types of sauces, ranch, buffalo, barbecue, not barbecue, ranch, buffalo, whatever, pizza sauce. They got us a 2-liter of Mountain Dew, a 2-liter of Pepsi. We was hanging out that Friday. And completely worth it. Absolutely, completely worth it. Prison food sucks. And I told y'all in the beginning, I really did not have it like that. I wasn't linked up with Dave and all the G's and stuff, the GDs and whatever. It was really Dave. It wasn't the GDs paying me. We just all had something to do with whatever. But I wasn't close with Dave yet. We were still in the process of building that relationship. He didn't know if he could trust me yet on holding the cigarettes and all that, and helping him bomb all the cigarettes up, and helping him, me actually going to the shed to go pick up cigarettes and pick up drops and stuff, We wasn't tight like that yet. So Dave wasn't going to have anyone on his work squad that he couldn't trust. And I never got in on the work squad, but I didn't need to because we was all still going back to the same area. And they could just pull me from my job, and Bowman could go, hey, I need Metzl to come help us load up a bunch of stuff. And whenever he would say that to my officer, Roden, I'm just going with them to go pick up a drop and bomb up a bunch of cigarettes. It was real chill, man. And Bowman was cool as heck. And he'd literally lie to the other officers' faces just so we can go get cigarettes and bomb them up and get them ready for the boys to bring them back in and stuff. And man, when you ain't getting no money and you're getting 5 cigarettes a day back in the dorm and you don't even got to bring them in yourself, you're hanging out, bro. Because on a bad day, a cigarette's $8. So and people are looking out for me and stuff, especially family, like my mom too. My mom really looked out the most when I was in prison. But, people are looking out for me here and there. But it still feels good to be able to take care of yourself, especially in a hard time. And not to get sidetracked. So, yeah, man, it was an interesting day. I was supposed to beat the heck up out of this dude. I ended up slipping on the ground. And I lost my first fight in prison, man. True story. I'm proud of it, though, because one thing about me, I've been in 13 fights in prison, and I've won plenty, man. I've won plenty. And I got nothing to prove. I know me. So, yeah, that's also one thing you guys have to be able to do with yourselves, too, is be confident within yourself and love yourself, have some self-respect, have some forgiveness in your heart, as long as you're trying to do the right thing and trying to go, get the bag and handle business. If you got a family, take care of the family. If you got kids, taking care of the kids, and if you're making goals in life and all, you need to give yourself some grace, man. You got to give yourself some grace. You're not who you used to be. You are who you are right now. What you did before doesn't define you. You only should let, you know, certain things define you. You know, you could be an addict for 10 years off and on, but if you haven't done nothing in a year, you're good in my books. You're good in my books. You know, would I let you in my house? I mean, that's debatable. I don't let anybody come in, you know? But uh, I'm just more of a solo type of guy now, you know? So it is what it is, man. It wasn't, you know, it was probably a good 30 something seconds because we both was swinging at each other crazy, and he had a bruise on him. I did put a bruise on him, but he definitely split my eye. And it wasn't bad, and it was more than less. It looked like a cat scratch to me. It didn't look like, it wasn't like a split. Like when, you know, when you tell someone you got your eye split, you're probably thinking like, oh, you know, gushing blood and stitches. Nah, it was just a scratch, but it scabbed up though. That was the downfall, was that because I didn't even know it was there. You know what I mean? Till the officers stopped and, you know, wanted to see my eye. Humphreys in particular was saying stop first, and he wanted to, you know, to look at my eye real quick, and but basically, you know, he was just like, nah, that was good enough, you know. I'm just going along with it. I don't get my feelings hurt like that, you know what I mean? I mean, I did call out, you know, what it was and said, man, if I didn't slip and fall, we would have been, you know, we would have still been going at it. But, and you guys also got to remember, too, like, I wasn't in shape yet. I wasn't, you know what I mean? So the fact that I still got it in even at that time, dang proud of myself, man. You know, this kid's already been at a B letter. This is his third bid in prison. You know, I really wasn't fighting like that, bro. Uh, I've been in a couple jail fights before that. I've been in like 3 fights maybe altogether my whole life. I wasn't a fighter. That wasn't me. That came with the bid. And it wasn't because I wanted to, it was because I stood on a code. You know, you don't back down from nobody. You don't back down on nothing. And I don't, I didn't try to act like something that I wasn't, but I wasn't going to act like a wuss either. You know what I mean? And so that's what started problems as well. And it's just a different world in there, man. If someone tries you, like, you have to do something about it. And I felt tried by a lot of people, you know. Have I gotten a little slick in the mouth? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I honestly felt like people tried me in there, so I had to stand on business. And you either win or you don't. That's how it goes. But I'll tell you guys what, I gotta take a leak so bad, and I still gotta walk like 20 something minutes still. Holy moly. This is crazy right now, dude. I'm on a street called Gray Fox. I don't like ever go up this street. It's got a weird dip in it. Cars can't see you when you're going up that hill over there. That little, well, it's called a dip. It's not a hill. But when you're going up the dip, you know, and people still fly up it anyways, and because a lot of people around here don't even stay around here. Tourist state. And they just don't know the road. They're texting. They're not paying attention to the sign. So I don't really like this road. I shouldn't have been up here anyways. Interesting though, today. It really changed my mood when I got this email to go on this website and It was like Paradox or whatever, the AI site. I had to like confirm the interview. It just changed my mood today, to be honest. What's up, Cindy? I don't know if I said what's up to you already, but I see you in the chat. It's nice out. A little upset this morning. Dog, her joints are a little swollen, in particular in her left leg. Well, it's like more swollen in the other one. So sometimes she has to take an inflammatory. She's 12 years old, and it'll go away for a while, but it's about that time. It's been a few months since she's had a pill, and it's been pretty much an ongoing thing. She's doing a lot better as a whole, except for today. I don't know if she like jumped off the couch or something and did it, but just was not happy with that. So I'm hoping she's just getting some rest. She's walking real slow in our walks, so it just kind of has me a little upset about that. But other than that, it's a good day. Ready to go home, man. Prison's an interesting place. It's somewhere you never want to go. That's for sure. It's somewhere you never want to go. And don't find out. I'm telling you, I know life can suck. I know working can suck. I know, things happen in life and things bring us down, and sometimes we just feel defeated over and over. Just do anything but break the law. And if you got to pack a bag and just go and find somewhere to go, if you're not doing it in your city, go find another city. I have gotten multiple interviews already for decent kind of jobs, starting jobs, and they just end up being in different cities. It's in Palm Harbor, it's in Holiday, it's in, it's in Dade City, it's in Brooksville. But someone that's on foot or riding a bike, these are too far of places. And they'll say it's close on Google and stuff, but then you hear for the interview and it's all the way in in a different county. So if it ain't working out where you're at, before you ever think about breaking the law, before you ever want to try to sell something, before you ever want to whatever, just pack that bag and go, man. Being homeless sucks. Being broke sucks. But prison really sucks. The people that would rather be in prison and instead of being homeless or on the streets, they're institutionalized. They're not normal people when you conversate with them. 9 out of 10, there's something just off, and it really stands out. And you recognize it. These are not people you want to be around. I can understand if you're doing a life bid and just trying to make the best of it, and you call it your home because you're doing a life bid or 25 years. I understand calling it home. But I don't understand anything other than that as to why, I understand they feed you, but they feed you like crap. You're still hungry. The bed's not a bed. You can get bunkies that smoke drugs all night long and keep you up all night, I've done experienced it. You done fight your bunkie because he won't stop waking you up from bringing people over to the house and, to your yard, They call it your yard but your bunk. And they want to smoke, and you're a top bunk, and he's got people on the bottom bunk. They're all sitting on his bunk and smoking sticks, and you wake up to smelling drugs being burnt. You're trying to get some sleep. And, And you gotta tell him, hey man, like this gotta tone down. You gotta tone this down, bro. Now he's offended. Now you guys are fighting. It's real life in there, man. Real deal, real life. My uncle, who's doing a life bid, had a cellmate who killed multiple people. Stuck in a cell with him. You know? He had to get out of there. He was in fear of his life. He done already killed one of his bunkies. Not my uncle, but the guy that was in the cell with him. You don't want none of it, man. I'm telling you. I'm thankful for this every day. Looking even at that tree right there. Just looking at that tree. And all these trees. And all those trees. And every other tree behind me. And those trees. I'm thankful for all of it. And before, I stress this so much because before I didn't want to sit at home. I didn't look forward to coming home. I lost all interest in gaming, and I wasn't. You'd never catch me working out. But working out is serious, man. You gotta work out. You know, just work out, exercise, have a hobby, and hang out, man. That's it. That's all you gotta do, chat. That's literally it. Eat kind of healthy. I prefer to eat healthy. But try to eat kind of healthy. Exercise. Yeah, at least get your steps in. I like to hit the bars, man. The pull-up bars, the dip bars, push-up bars. That's my thing, man. That's what I do. That's what I did in prison, and it's what keeps me sober now. You know, all that energy that I'd have of being cooped up, and there wasn't no being anxious because if I felt off, I'm already out. You know, I'm already done burnt all this off. So if I get cooped up, or if I get, you know, just feeling off, I know I got to let my body move. And move and groove and use. You know, if you don't use it, you lose it. So especially in a time like this where I'm not working right now. So a lot of energy gets built up. It's got to be released. And we're not releasing that energy in unhealthy ways. You know, we do not ever promote. I thought he was talking to me. We don't ever promote anything unhealthy. You know, so what I learned so far in this life, and I don't really want to get too much into it because last time I started talking about this stuff, I got banned. So, but it's the certain websites you go on. No corn. You know, they say corn's bad for your diet, so no corn. If you know what I mean. And you know, all that corn in your diet, it's not good. It's not godly. It's not the way it's supposed to be. And anything that's associated with corn is not the way. You know, man and woman, you know, find love for one another down the line. Marriage eventually. I can't promote anything that's not in the Bible to y'all, so, you know, we got to speak proper here. You know, get married, then, you know, that's the way it's supposed to be. I know none of us are perfect. We can only try so much. So, you know, we don't Bible thump in here, but, you know, I can't tell you guys to do something that is the opposite of what the Bible says. So the Bible does say get married and then, you know, enjoy yourself with your love for your loved one. There we go. When I see my dog limping, I put my hands on her legs, and I prayed to God today to please just let her feel better. I closed my eyes and just stopped everything I was doing when I caught it. And I just prayed for her right there with my hands on her legs, and she started walking better. She started walking better, chat. That's the power. When you have the spirit in you. Excuse me. Well, when you have the spirit in you, chat, when I noticed my dog was limping, and I'm talking her hip was twisting. It was twisting all the way to the right. When I put, I kind of did a little chiropractor adjustment on her too after that and fixed it. But that was after. When I prayed for her, chat, and I put my hands on her legs, and I said, God, please make her feel better. She walked dang near normal again. She walked dang near normal again. And she wasn't limping, and she was happy. And I felt it right there. I felt it all in here. I felt a power, a calmness. I felt something radiating. I felt an energy. I just felt it for that moment. And when I opened my eyes and we started walking, she's walking dang near normal. And I'm observing her walking. I put my hands on her, and I just knew what I had to do. And I gave her a little chiropractor adjustment. Nothing crazy. She's a 30-pound beagle. And after that, that was it. And, I know she's in pain, though, and her joint is swollen. So like I said, she's just walking a little slow today. But the first thing that came to my mind was to pray. But prayer never worked for me back in the day. It did, God's always answered me when I really needed him. And I know we're getting completely off topic. That's just what we do around here after a certain amount of time. I just want to, put some good words in the universe, put some good words, feed y'all some good energy today. And I appreciate you guys watching and tapping in. And, I didn't really notice, like, a superpower. I call it a superpower, but the power of the spirit until I accepted it fully in my heart, and that was in prison. And I don't abuse it. I don't use it for the wrong thing, because it can go away just like that. But I don't try to abuse it. But chat, I literally put both my hands on my dog, and she was healed. This is real life, chat. Spiritual energy is strong, and I'm looking right at y'all, Y'all know I'm not that shot out. Might be a little slow. Might be a little, a little too comical at times. But it's real. It's real. So, it took a long time. It took a long time. I got to be really careful, and it sucks that it's like that. But, I'd love to share all my experiences. Oh, Chrysler over here. Y'all know what it is, man. Florida life. That's how it is in Florida. That's how it is, man. And you either accept it or get on out of here. And we like fast cars. We like them loud. We like loud trucks. We like making money. We like to spend money and just have a good old time. We love barbecuing. We love beaches. And we love going in the woods and swamps. We feed the alligators. We try to catch the alligators when there's hooks in their mouth, and we pull the hooks right out of their mouth. That's Florida, man. And we got the biggest cockroaches you've ever seen in your life, and they fly. Holy moly. But they only come in, and it's only one. And you just gotta kill it when it rains. And it rains a lot in August. So, interesting fact, cockroaches lay a lot of eggs, like 1,000 at a time, but a palmetto bug only lays one egg. So that's why they always say if you have a palmetto bug, it's not really a big deal, because they only lay one egg. A typical cockroach is called a German cockroach. That's what people are used to finding in nasty homes, and they're attracted by food. So they lay 1,000 eggs like every month. A palmetto bug lays like one egg every 12 weeks. So and they come out, like they actually come out. They only go in a house because they don't like the rain. They like wood. They like mulch. They like stuff like that. And when it rains, they're very offended by it. They're very disrupted. There we go. By it. It really throws them off, and they instinctively look for shelter. So they end up in your home. They might even leave your home after it's done. But they do come out. They eat wood, by the way. So the cockroaches, your typical ones, are trying to eat like food scraps and stuff. Palmetto bugs they eat wood. They live in wood. They eat wood chips. Oh, almost just died right there. Almost fell. Y'all seen that? That actually hurt my ankle pretty bad. It's probably gonna swell up a bit. Definitely just pulled my ankle. Wonderful. Yeah, I feel it every step too. That's great. That is wonderful. But all right, chat. I'm heading out for the night. It's good talking to y'all. Got a good little 40-something minutes in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And y'all have a good night. Wish me luck on this interview, please. And pray for my dog, please. And she's a 12-year-old girl. She has cancer. So, we love old female dogs. Male dogs, too. We love all old dogs. But females have a special place in our heart. So that's why we pray for them. Y'all have a good night, chat. I'll tap in with y'all tomorrow. Time for me to shower and eat and stuff. And everybody have a good night, man.